Hi there, guys. Sorry for the delay on this one. Been a very busy week. There's going to be a lot of R's and ums and oohs and all the typical shit I normally cut out. Apologies. I basically had a busy week at work last week, then a busy weekend, and then I'm actually going on holiday tomorrow. So I just wanted to do a few videos, get them lined up, because the next few weeks are just going to be very busy for me. So I thought if I bulk record a few videos, then I can upload them one a week, and I haven't messed up my promise of one a week too badly. So it's a few days late, but you know, it's just, life gets in the way sometimes. Anyway, you're here to hear me ramble about my boring fucking life. You're here to, hopefully from the title, watch me give my review of the Battlefield beta, the open beta. I was gonna do it after week 1, and then shit got really busy, and then I looked into what they were adding in week 2, and I thought, you know what, let me play both weeks, let me compile my thoughts, and let me then give an overall opinion. So, for the first time in a long fucking while, you should be seeing gameplay over this, which is thanks to my brother's birthday present, the Elgato, for the PS5. So, should be fine, should be good quality. Any issues, give me some feedback, but it looks pretty fine from the Mac when I'm editing it. Anyway, so let me go through. I've kind of wrote down what I want to discuss, and I will discuss whether they're good or bad, etc. So, start off was the user interface. First thing I thought when I saw it, and I did capture some footage of it, so you should be seeing it, is, oh fucking hell, this is Modern Warfare 2 2022 all over again, where it's a fucking Netflix streaming service platform fucking layout, and I fucking detest it. Is it as bad and as poorly laid out as Modern Warfare 2? No, but it's still not great. I don't know why in 2025 it is such a fucking novel concept to have just a fucking basic menu with lists. It worked since we've had online gaming, multiplayer gaming. Since I haven't played it, but in fucking decades. But I imagine since fucking GoldenEye, you could pick a fucking mode from a list. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why it is such a fucking hard concept for devs to grasp. I don't know why. Oh, let's reinvent the wheel with a menu. No one asked for it. No one wants it. Fucking sort it. Call of Duty's excuse, or Activision and the devs' excuse, is basically, oh, well, it's integrated into the engine, so we would have to fucking do this and do that, and we'd have to do... And it's like... fuck off. Like, so I don't know if it's the same situation for DICE with Battlefield 6. I haven't played 2042, so if you guys have and you can tell me about whether the UI was this shit in that game, let me fucking know. Otherwise, it's a fucking bad UI. It's a bad UI. The worst part about it is the settings menu, because you have list upon list upon list of stuff. And I know I just said I like lists, but it's literally, I'm not sure what is in fucking what category, like graphics and gameplay, and like it's not as how do I put it? It's not as intuitive as you would think. It's not as obvious as you would think. Oh, well, this setting must be here. Like, there's so many times I'm like, where is that setting? And I had to go from top to bottom and get like 2/3 down to find what I wanted. And I've played plenty of games with settings menus, and this is by far the worst one. By fucking far the worst one. The other thing is, when you go back, I'm thinking I'm going to go back to the menu to select what section of the settings I want. No, it boots me all the way back to the beginning. You've got to go back. You've got to go left on your D-pad to fucking pick a. It's like, why the fuck can I not just go back, go down the list? Like, it's just a bit clunky, is the best way to describe it. Stuff that, truthfully, unless there's an engine reason, I don't know what version of Frostbite this is. I imagine it's Frostbite. Unless there's a damn good reason in the engine as to why this can't be fixed, it needs addressing. Is it a top priority in terms of game breaking? No. But would it make the user experience better? Oh, 100% I think 100% they should definitely address that. Anyway, ramble for 5 minutes about the UI. Bugs. There was a couple of bugs that we as a party did encounter. Numerous times we'd just be walking down running down a street. The textures would all glitch out, and it would be like a hazy black tumbleweed mess. And then within 5 seconds, it would fuck off. And the good thing, I will say, the one positive of this bug is that it seems to pop up once a night for me. Twice max on memory, and that's about it. So hopefully that can be patched and fixed. It is a minor thing, but if I'm in the heat of combat and that fucking shit appears and you can't see any, literally you can't see a fucking thing other than it's a bullshit glitch that will ultimately cost you and get you killed. Because knowing my fucking luck and knowing players who experience it luck, the person that you're fighting won't fucking have it, you will. It's basically like putting a blindfold on mid-gunfight. It's just shit. That needs addressing. And hopefully it will be. Hopefully it's a very simple fix for DICE to do. Another bug I had literally last night in week 2, and some people reported a slide glitch, like where you slide and then your health either goes down or it doesn't recover, something to that effect. Happened on one occasion. We were getting our shit pushed in on Conquest, and I slid into cover because I wanted to. I'm not one of these slide cancel fucking wankers off COD, but I slid into cover because that's what I wanted to fucking do. I wanted to get out of the way of being shot, and my health. And I wasn't being shot at the time. I'd never got hit. And I went from full health to like 10% health, something like that. And I was like, oh, fuck. And it never regenerated. I even stood my mate Ben threw a fucking health pack down. Health didn't regenerate. I'm like, oh, okay. So, of course, the next gunfight I have fucking instantly melted because 2 bullets and I was fucking dead. I had no health going into a gunfight. And it was well over 2 minutes between when that happened and when the gunfight took place. So I'm thinking there's no excuse for my health not regenerating in 2 fucking minutes. There's no ammo in the game that wounds you to stop you healing or any of that bollocks. All I did was slide, didn't get shot, and I just looked at my health gauge after I slid and I'm like, oh, fuck, I have no health. I didn't know how it happened, and it slowly came to me that, oh, yeah. I had the realization of, oh, this is a glitch. So that happened one time, but it does need fixing because that's bad. If I slide into cover and I'm fucked on the next gunfight and there's no way to fix that, that's a problem. That is a fucking problem, because that puts any player that experiences that, I like the blindfold glitch I'm going to call it, in a huge disadvantage. Huge fucking disadvantage. Let me discuss next the maps. So we got four maps week 1, I think. Was it 4? No, 3 maps week 1, and then a 4th map was added week 2. So we got Iberian Offensive, which actually reminded me of a... the game in general does remind me of Medal of Honor 2010, which I quite liked. It was like a not a guilty pleasure, but it was like the shooter that I liked that no one else liked at college. In terms of it being generic military, yeah, 100% it was. But to say it was a shit game, I think was a bit extreme. I didn't think it was the best game, but it wasn't definitely the worst. The Iberian Offensive map did remind me of a certain map in Medal of Honor. The name escapes me. It was like Fort something. It was like a US military base in Afghanistan, but I cannot remember the map names for love nor money. I remember Tabul City Ruins, because Tabul, I think, is the capital of Afghanistan. But I don't remember any of the other maps. There was like a camp and a few... But yeah, anyway, it's not important. It was Medal of Honor. But yeah, Iberian Offensive was a good map. It did remind me of that one Medal of Honor map. And I think it flowed very well. I think it played very well. The only thing I don't like about the map, and unfortunately there's nothing they can really do about it, is I hated the huge influx of snipers on the mountain ridges. But unfortunately, snipers are in the game. Snipers are playing correctly. They're sitting at the back, in COD terms, hard scoping, which is correct sniping. So I can't be too mad about it. It's just frustrating when you're in an open area and you just see nothing but sniper lens glint. Like a fucking sky full, like stars, on the mountain peaks. It's like there's one point I counted over 5 and I went, what the fuck? And I dodged one and then the next one got me, so it was nothing I could do. So that's a bit shit. But that's what encourages the vehicles on that map. So you use the vehicles as cover, be it in them or behind them. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I get it. There's nothing I can do about that. But at the same time, it's frustrating to have to deal with that shit. But, you know, it's in the game. It is what it is. It's Battlefield. If you don't like it, go play COD or whatever. You know, it is. And so I'll deal with that. That's fine. So we had, yeah, Liberian... No, sorry, not Liberian. Sorry, Liberation Offensive, I think was the name of it. Let me double check. Sorry, it was Liberation Peak. That was not... I'm getting mixed up. There's two maps that sound similar to me. There's Liberation Peak, which is the one that I just discussed. It was very cool. And there's Iberian Offensive. Sorry, yeah, that's where I get a bit... Liberation, Iberian... I know they're not the same word, but I get them mixed up. Iberian Offensive turned out to be my my favourite. It was kind of like... I don't know what I'd compare it to. It was like a Greek... It looked like a Greek city or town. It's not. Like, Iberia is supposed to be like... East European, but it was like, it reminded me of Greece a little bit, and it was, I don't know, something about the map just flowed well. There was plenty of buildings, there was plenty of different alleyways and streets. The objective, I think it was C in the house, was fucking ballistic. Like literally every which fucking corner there'd be people coming out, and the shotgun on the assault class fucking excelled, which I'll get to the weapons in a bit. But it was just a fucking ballistic... On Conquest, on Breakthrough, on... I think we did play Rush on it. In fact, yeah, I think you're seeing Rush gameplay. I do have some Rush gameplay that might be playing in the background. But it's just brilliant. It was just a really good map. Now, is it the best map I've ever played on? No. But I do think it was very good. I will definitely be looking forward to playing that one again. Around in the future potentially. It's a really good map. The map that was added in week 2, if you know what map I'm missing, you'll know where how I feel about it. The map that was introduced in week 2 was Empire State. This is one of the 2 maps that it will be set in New York in the full game. There's another one called, I think, Dumbo. That one is no, sorry, not Dumbo. That's from fucking XDefiant. It's called Brooklyn. I think it's just called Brooklyn. It's near the Brooklyn Bridge. And Empire State, I have to admit, I only played a couple of games on it because just the way the map circulation kind of came up for us. But what I played was very good. It was definitely a meat grinder map. That's what it was kind of advertised as. And meat grinder, if you don't know, if you've played Battlefield in the past, basically like Operation Metro, where that, as soon as you get in the Metro system itself, it's fucking ballistic. Operation Metro was one of the best fucking maps I've played in Battlefield. And I haven't played many Battlefield games, but fuck me was it good. It was very good. And I really, really enjoyed my time with Battlefield 3 and that map as well. But no, it was very good. Now, was it as good as Operation Metro? No. But I did like the time I had on it. Definitely lots of buildings, definitely lots of corridors. Very infantry focused, which a lot of the maps got shit for from fans. They were like, there's not enough with jets, and there's not enough with vehicles, and there was like only a couple with vehicles, and there's like one map with jets, and it's like... I understand the criticism, because when the game comes out, there's going to be 9 maps, and we got to play 4 of them in the beta. So, and technically, one of them is not a new map, it's a remaster. It's Operation Firestorm from Battlefield 3. So technically, we've played half of the maps that will be released in the full game. Now, I'm sure there's going to be more maps added down the road, and we're going to get more of this. And I appreciate it takes DICE longer to make these maps, because they're having to not only make a map, but they need to make a huge fuck-off map that can then be cut into pieces for different game modes. So I understand that it's a harder job to make. It's not like a Call of Duty map where it's 6v6, and it's a small and medium map. So I understand that it's not going to be something that can just... oh, we'll just cook one up quickly, like in 10 minutes. I get that. But at the same time, I would like to hope that every month we get a couple of maps, preferably. One with like a shitload of vehicle combat for the people that like that, and then another one that has just like infantry focused. Then both parties are happy. That would be my suggestion to DICE if they for the DLC content. But I get the criticism, but I didn't have a problem with it because I'm not a big vehicle person. So for me, it didn't affect me as much. But I understand if you are into vehicles in Battlefield, you probably felt very shafted. So I sympathise to that degree. Final map, and in my opinion the worst map, is Siege of Cairo. Or I've just delightfully called it Shite of Cairo, because it's fucking shit. I've had maybe 2 to 3 good games on the fucking map. It doesn't play horribly. I will say it doesn't play horribly. But you've got... Let's use Conquest as an example. A and B, you've got... Like, B is in the middle of, like, a market, I think. A is in the middle of... surrounded by fucking buildings in the open. You've got very little cover in A. C is in the middle of the map, and it's like the objective is underneath a bus that's got a bit of blown out road under the bus, so you can kind of hunker down there. Surrounded by buildings in the middle of a street. I understand it's the middle objective, so there's a lot of fucking action there. I get that. D is also quite open, bit like A. And then E has like a handful of fucking walls covering it and a couple of buildings. There is not enough cover around the objectives to me. I'm not saying I want more around C, because I get that C is the middle point of the map. It's where all the action is going to take place. But it's a weird map, because at one point there's no... It's hard for me to explain. I'm probably doing a shit job of it. But at one point you've got no cover. And then all of a sudden you're getting shot from 4 different fucking directions because there's too much cover. I don't really know how to fucking describe it. But the engagements I had were fucking shit. And the streets felt like you were walking a fucking mile just to go across the road. And I know it's not that long, and I'm exaggerating, but it felt like a fucking millennium just to get across the road when you were under gunfire. And I'm sure you could say that's realistic, but at the same time it's fucking infuriating. And the other thing was, on this map particularly, the reason I call it Shite of Cairo is because it seemed to have the most glitches. It seemed to have the most bugs where people got on fucking rooftops. People got on fucking rooftops, and it was fucking awful getting them off rooftops. It was fucking awful, because the way the game's designed is if you have a squad member that's on a roof and they stay alive and they're out of combat, you can fucking spawn on them. So endlessly, you would kill a wanker, and then his 3 fuck buddies would just show up and kill you. And guess what? The wanker you just killed, he gets back on the roof. And guess where the best roofs are? Around A, fucking B, fucking C, D, like the whole fucking map. If you can get from rooftop to rooftop, you basically controlled objectives for your team. Because you would just sit on the roof and pick people off who had, like I just said, fuck all cover. And they're not anticipating something being 20 fucking foot up. And you could say, well, Aaron, it's Battlefield, the destruction, blow the building up. The problem is, only you can destroy a lot of the buildings, but some of the buildings would not, like, I fired RPGs, I got in tanks, and some of the buildings, I don't know whether it was me or the way I was shooting them, or I needed to do more damage, but the buildings would not fucking come down. So, the good thing is DICE is aware of this, and they're addressing it, apparently. They're going to make those no combat areas where you die after 10 seconds, because it fucking... Any chance of the map being good was fucked as soon as people started. Like, the second day of the beta, people were doing that in week 1. And then we played last night, and more people were doing it on the fucking map, even yesterday, on the last day of the beta. And everyone was moaning about it in the chat, on the text chat. And then the people that were doing like, oh, get good. And it's just like, it was... Basically, if you knew how to get up there, you had a huge fucking advantage. Huge fucking advantage. And it's not me bitching and moaning that I lost game after game after game on Cairo. I've lost game after game after game on Liberation Peak, on Iberian Offensive and Empire State. Losing does not fucking trigger me or make me mad or whatever fucking term you want to use. What annoys me is when the map is already, in my opinion, shitly fucking designed, and you've found a fucking glitch or a loophole and now made that experience for me that I already fucking dislike 10,000 fucking times worse, because you are shooting me like fucking fish in a barrel, and you know I have no cover, because that's why you're doing it, and that's why you're being a fucking wank stain. I can't fucking stand people that do that shit. It's fucking infuriating. Anyway, rant over. 3 out of the 4 maps were good. Shite of Cairo. If they address the roof thing, maybe in the full game, it might play a bit better. I think they need a little bit more cover at the objectives. Even just a few fucking, like, objects, like a bin or something. You know what I mean? Just something. Because sometimes it felt like I had too much cover, and then other times I felt like I had no fucking cover. And when you're getting shot from the fucking roof, which I know is not intended, and they're going to look at it, you have no fucking where to hide. They literally have all the cover and you have no cover. And it's fucking infuriating. Anyway, rant over. So that's my opinion of the maps. Weapons and gunplay. I didn't use every weapon in the game. I used the one sniper rifle with the recon class. It felt good to snipe. I have to admit, it did feel good to snipe. Sniping in Battlefield does feel very rewarding. It's very high skill, high reward. Because as soon as you get any sort of distance, like the Liberation Peak map, you have to be aiming high and let the bullet drop and take all of that shit into account. And I did get like a couple of 75 to 100 meter headshots with a sniper. Like, only a couple. I'm not the best sniper, but it felt fucking satisfying. I was like, ooh. I audibly fucking went, ooh, that was a fucking good, that was a good shot. Like, I was like, fuck me, that was good. So it felt good to snipe. The assault rifles do feel a little bit distinct, but I didn't use the G360 equivalent. That's the only assault rifle I didn't use. I used the M433, which is the default base level 1 assault rifle for assault. That's another thing we'll get into classes in a bit. That was a very reliable, good assault rifle. It did good high damage. I don't think it recoiled enough. I understand it's a starting gun, but a lot of people were running around with it and just melting people. So I would like a recoil nerf, make it bounce a bit more. I'm not saying like make it fucking shoot to the heavens, but give it a bit more recoil where people have to pace their shots a bit more. Because from distance, like medium and long range, it felt like people were just holding down the trigger like an LMG and just fucking mincing me. It wasn't the most overpowered thing I've ever experienced, but it was just a bit like, oh fuck me, okay. And it's hard for me to gauge. Was it overused? Was it this? I don't think it was overused. I think it was just too much. The other assault rifle I used, I can't remember what the fucking name of the gun was, but it was like an AK. And that felt very cool to use. That felt very... that to me was more my kind of assault rifle. I usually rock assault rifles in shooters, like if I'm playing COD or Battlefield, or when I played X-Defiant, I primarily used assault rifles. Although I did mix it up with shotguns and SMGs and shit, but assault rifles is like my go-to. That was a good assault rifle to use. The LMGs, I truthfully didn't touch. However, my mate Ben, who is always normally a support in Battlefield, he played support pretty much almost exclusively, I think. So at least when I played with him, he was exclusively a support and used LMGs. He fucking loved them. So and he's an LMG user. So if he loved them, then I kind of take his word that they were good. I don't know about recoil and etc. Like I said, I didn't use them. I will use them more if I get the full game. But yeah, they looked dominant, but not overpowered at the same time. Like the point of them was to use them as suppressing fire. And to be fair, they did their purpose. They did their purpose, and they looked like they shredded on gameplay I saw. And from what I'm hearing from my mate Ben, they were good. The submachine guns, I have to be honest, I've only used like 2 to 3 games with a submachine gun. Maybe 4 at a push, because I didn't really play as engineer much. I think it was called the SGX, something like that. The base level 1 submachine gun. That was quite good medium range, I thought. It took a few more bullets than an assault rifle, which is understandable because it's a submachine gun. But it hit well. It hit really well. It feels pretty well balanced. I didn't really have any complaints on it. There was one time where I got killed at long range by a sub versus me having an assault rifle. And I had mine on semi-auto and I was popping and I was getting hit markers every time. And I got killed by a guy and I was like, well, I thought that was a bit bullshit. But maybe he had an attachment on that gave him extended range. He did have something on his barrel, but I didn't really get a good look at what it was. So maybe it had a barrel that had extended range. But at the same time, I don't know. That felt a bit bullshit. But other than that, the gun seems pretty balanced. To be fair, I think it kills quick enough for a submachine gun, and it excels at close range like it should. The other sub was an MP7. I rocked that the last 2 games we played of the beta, and that was actually pretty good. I mean, it didn't hit as hard. It had lower damage than the SGX, but it fired faster, so it made up for it in fire rate. And I will say it was very satisfying getting the kills. It did. Basically, you're lucky if you get more than 2 kills with it. So it's going to be one of those. If you rock it, you probably have to rock it with an extended mag, because even 30 bullets wasn't really enough. But I did enjoy my time with the MP7. I thought it was pretty good MP7. Doesn't beat the Modern Warfare 3 back in the day. The Modern Warfare 3 MP7 I think was the best. It was just the best MP7 we've had in a game. But I did thoroughly enjoy the MP7 in Battlefield 6. What else was there? Oh, we got to get to it. The pistol, the P. We'll get to it after this one. The P18 pistol was the only pistol. There was times where it felt like, oh yeah, like 6 bullets of an 18-round mag to kill a guy. That's fair, because it was like bang, bang, bang. You couldn't spam fire it. At least I couldn't. And if you got 6 body shots, that was good. However, there was other times where I felt like I put more than 6, and it was especially week 1. It felt like I put more than 6 bullets in, and I didn't get a kill. And he had like 20 health, and I'm thinking, I don't want the pistols to be like the fucking overpowered TAC 45 from Black Ops 2, where it was a 2 fucking shot to the shin. But at the same time, like, I think 4 or 5 bullets with a pistol is maybe enough. Like, I don't know, but. And maybe it had to do with range, because when I was using it, I was taking pot shots at people when I was out of ammo on my primary. So it could have had, the range could have had something to do with it. But to be fair, in the week 1 there was an engagement. I remember I had a close quarters to mid range, somewhere in the middle, and I hit every bullet and it wasn't enough. And the guy had like 22 health or something. I was like, really? I was like, 6 bullets is not enough at like close to mid range. I was like, I don't know. I don't think it needs a huge work. I think the pistol should be as powerful as it is. Maybe a bullet less to kill, but it is what it is. The talk of the town, the talk of the beta in terms of weaponry, was the fucking shotgun. And I will say, I didn't really know what to feel about it before I picked it up. And then I got it, and I started doomslaying, is the best way to describe it, with the shotgun in close quarters and stuff on like Conquest, on that C flag on Iberian Offensive. Holy fucking shit. It is like a fucking dump truck. It is a reliable close to mid-range one-hit kill with the right stuff. It's fucking lethal. They have addressed it. They've said the reason it's so powerful is because of basically the pellet spread or lack thereof. Apparently it's all centralized. Basically where you aim, every fucking pellet is going. Hence why it's so devastating and fucking high damage. So they are going to have the pellets spread a lot more. And to be fair, I noticed it less in week 2. When I played with it, I didn't use the shotgun as much in after the first few games, because I kind of switched it up. I wanted to try out the guns. But yeah, I will say that was a fucking. At times, it did feel game breaking, and I basically only used it on people that pissed me the fuck off, who were camping and stuff. So I would just take pot shots at them and fucking headshot them with the shotgun from like medium range and stuff. And some of them was a 1 shell. It was like 1 shell, and they weren't weak. They were full health. And you know, I do have some gameplay of it. I'll probably put it, if it hasn't played already, it'll be in the video. I go on a fucking massacre on Iberian Offensive, like the last objective on Rush, and I just went bang, 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 and anything I saw just fucking died. And if I'm shit at Battlefield and I can do that, imagine putting that gun in the hands of someone who's half fucking competent. Because holy fucking shit, it would be a fucking murder machine. The only good thing is that you can have it's a maximum of 8 rounds before you have to reload it. So you can't just go like ham. But at the same time, if you want to kill a squad of 4 and they're unaware, 4 shells, it's fucking over. But then again, you can say that about any shotgun if you're close enough, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about having a shotgun as a gadget for assault. I get that assault is the aggressive go in and get kills class, but I don't know if having a shotgun is the right option. I think giving them some other gadget in, you know, replace that and then have that shotgun be a primary with that devastation. I think that then makes it, well, definitely nerf it still, but then make the player pick, do I want an assault rifle, a sub, an LMG, a sniper, or a shotgun? Or there is actually, I did forget one weapon type, there's carbines, I'll get to that in a second. That would be the way to do it to me, is have the player pick a shotgun as a primary, and then if they want to use it, then that's on them. But anything medium range or higher, you're fucked, because you're not getting it. I mean, you've got a pistol at that point. So that would be the way to counter it, other than nerf it, I think. Not have it be a gadget would be my recommendation. Because I don't know what the other gadgets are going to be in the game, because we only got the grenade launcher, and then I think you could have like thermite and switch out the ammo and stuff. But I didn't experiment with them. But you can have a grenade launcher and then a shotgun. And I don't know what the other gadgets would be, but if there's nothing more enticing, everyone will run with a shotgun. Everyone. Because it's fucking, it works. And then two things will happen. People will get pissed off and they'll stop playing the game. Or the shotguns will get nerfed into the fucking ground and no one will want to use them. So they have to do the right thing with it. Last weapon category before I move on is the carbines. I only used two. I used the M4A1, which was very good, very reliable. Didn't hit like a dump truck like the M433, but it was still a very. It was somewhere in the between damage wise between the SGX sub and the M433 assault rifle. Somewhere in the middle of that. But I did have a good time with it. I think it was very good. I think it was very reliable. I think if it's a first gun you're using as well, other than an assault rifle or a sub, like if you were trying to pick a carbine for your first carbine in the game, M4A1's probably the best bet. I didn't use the... There was 3 carbines. And I didn't use one of them. I don't know what the fucking name of it is. However, the other carbine I used was the M417. It definitely wasn't an M416. I think it was an M417. At first, unupgraded, it was a bouncy fucking mess of an assault... of a carbine to me. However, once I got the upgrades and once I got the sight I wanted and once I got the grip and then the fast mag and all of that, minus the fact that the magazine capacity was either 20... I think it was 20 or 25 bullets. I think it was 20 bullets. Once you get over the fact that the magazine size is so fucking small and you're going to have to reload frequently, the fucking thing was amazing. That was easily... Once I got it upgraded, that was my go-to gun. That was almost nearly exclusively. I had to pull myself away from it to try the subs. That was almost exclusively the gun I was using throughout the second week of the beta. It was so fucking good. It wasn't, but I didn't feel it was overpowered. I didn't get killed by it that much. I didn't really see many people using it. So maybe just maybe it's a hidden gem. And when the full game comes out, it will be a sneaky good pick to have as a carbine. But yeah, I fucking loved that gun. I was in love from the... I mean, like I said, it was a rough relationship at first. But once you get the upgrades and you get what you want, perfect. Fucking perfect. It was a really good gun. So that's all the weapons. The gunplay, I'll quickly touch on quickly, was very good. It was very good. It did feel like Battlefield. However, it didn't feel as bouncy or floaty as, say, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 1. It felt very tight and robust, and when I got the feedback from when I shot people in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 back in the day on 360, I didn't feel like I got that feedback. It was kind of like, oh, I got a kill. Like, it would just say enemy killed and like give me 100 XP. Like, oh, okay. That would kind of be my reaction. Because there wasn't really... I don't think there was hit markers in Battlefield 3 and 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember there being hit markers. Battlefield 1 I played a few weeks ago because there was a sale on Steam. That, when you get the hits and you get the hit markers, it felt better, but it still wasn't perfect. I think COD still has that down with the hit detection, the way it feels and the feedback. That is one of COD's best attributes. However, Battlefield 6 is the first Battlefield I've played where I'm like, oh wow, I get the feedback, I feel the hits registering on the controller. Maybe it's the haptic feedback on the PS5 instead of what was on 360 and PS4. The hit markers feel good. The hitting with feedback feels good. The hit markers look good, and I can tell when I'm hitting someone. And when I get that kill, it's like, right, that's satisfying. Cool, move on to the next one, and it's good. It's the first Battlefield game. It's weird to say it's the first Battlefield game I've played where I feel like every kill feels good. Whereas other times I play Battlefield, I'm just like, oh, okay, they're dead. Oh, okay, they're dead. Because like I said, it's all about feedback and player feedback and getting that reaction to the kill, and it's just really good. So props to DICE for upping that, because I didn't play Battlefield 5 much. I think I played like 10 minutes, no joke. I haven't played 2042. So for the first time since Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1 that I played a few weeks ago, this feels really fucking good. Like, really fucking reliable. Same goes for the movement. The movement, like I said, doesn't feel bouncy, doesn't feel floaty. When I'm jumping, it doesn't feel like I'm knee-high fucking jumping like a jiu-jitsu kick or something like that, the Karate Kid. Like the animations did in Battlefield 4 back in the day, I think, or 3. So, yeah, that was very good. I was very impressed with the movement. It didn't feel like I was a fucking tank and weighed down, like kind of Killzone felt that way when I played Killzone. But it was very good. The movement didn't feel too slow, too sluggish. It also didn't feel like I was running too fast, slide cancelling, bunny hopping, all that bollocks from modern COD. It felt grounded, and that's what I wanted. And the movement was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. The destruction as well, I'll touch on briefly. Destruction was fucking outstanding. I did not expect to be as immersed as the sound design is 10 out of 10. The destruction is 10 out of 10. Like, there was a point where I was in a 4-wall building, I think it was on Cairo, and someone blew the fucking front open, and we were looking at it. I was like, oh fuck. And there was so much. The first 2-3 games I played of Battlefield 6, I was a little frustrated because there was so much smoke and debris that I could not fucking see 2 foot in front of me. But I eventually got used to it, and it was fine. But going back to the story, the front fucking wall gets blown off. I'm like, oh fuck, okay. And I take out the guys, and I think I was with Ben and my other mates and stuff. And we kill them, and then the fucking back wall goes, and I'm like, oh fuck. So I have to turn while prone, and I'm laying, and my feet are like there because I'm laying on my back. And I kill, I think, one, and then like another squad just comes in and fucking mows us down. But it was like, oh shit, like nowhere is safe. Like nowhere is, apart from apparently fucking rooftops on shite of Cairo. That's the only safe spot apparently in that map. But yeah, it was shocking how good the destruction was, how immersed I felt. The sound design was 10 out of 10. It was just brilliant. It was just really fucking good. And I did hear footsteps. It was very difficult to hear footsteps because not only have I got the explosions and the gunfire and the destruction and the buildings crumbling around me, but I also had my friends talking to me through Discord. So I had to, like, my brain had to fucking juggle all these sounds and isolate what was going on. And I was able to, at quiet moments, I was able to hear the footsteps. So that was good. I was able to tell there was someone in my vicinity. Didn't know where they were. Sometimes I completely got it wrong. I was like, maybe they're here and they were on, like, the second floor or something. You know what I mean? But they shoot me out the window. But the point is, I was able to hear a footstep and know there was some fucker nearby, which is more than I got in, like, recent COD games and stuff like that. So kudos. Kudos to the sound design department. The week 1 to week 2 changes as well. I do like Rush that they introduced in week 2. However, I do agree with the community. 24v24 is a little too slow for Rush. I think it should be 32v32. I think it should still be a 64-player lobby. Whether that's a creative decision because of the map sizes, I don't know. But I think give a few more respawns to a team. Like, I think it was 75 respawns. Up it to 100. Increase each side's player numbers by 8 from 24 to 32 to make up for, and then the respawns make up for the extra player deficits and stuff. And the other thing they did change was the MCOM sites where you set the bombs or defuse the bombs. I did feel like when we played the first game, I was like, fuck me, I don't remember it taking this long for shit to blow up. And it turns out that I was right, because the devs went, yeah, we originally had the timers set for 45 seconds. We've now decreased them to 30. And when I played the update with, I think they did change it to 30 seconds, it did flow quicker. Or maybe I got to the bomb sites later and missed 15 seconds. But either way, it felt better at 30 seconds than 45. And I think that's correct, because it puts more urgency on... Because we did a rush game on Shite of Cairo, and it fucking... We got our shit pushed in. We couldn't even get past the first objectives. But we would, like, just about plant the bomb. The enemy team would swarm, and I'd be, like, holding out and waiting for the bomb to blow up, and waiting for the bomb to blow up, and waiting for the bomb to blow up. And then I would die at the last second, and then they would come in with, like, 5 seconds left to defuse it. If it wasn't fucking 45 fucking seconds, the bomb would have gone off. The bomb would have gone off. So, I do agree with that. I think 45 is too long. I think 30 is perfect. Because it means the defenders have to get their shit together and defend correctly. And they can't just sit back at the back of the map and snipe and kill all the enemies while they wait for the respawn and then jump in and try and defuse the bomb because they have more time. And for attackers who are then defending the bomb once the fucking thing is planted, we haven't got to hold out in fuck all cover on Shite of Cairo for an extra 15 fucking unnecessary seconds. So I do agree with that change. The big criticism I did hear was the servers and the hit detection in week 2. I had a couple of instances where I was like, how the fuck are you not dead? Because I felt like this gun last week would have done this. So unless they silently patched a gun, I do agree, I think it was the servers. Was it as bad as some YouTubers were making out that I watched? Not really. I mean, maybe that's because I'm on a European server and not an American server. That could have been a factor. There is one of the nearest server to me is London, which is about 50 miles away. So for me, my connection, as long as I'm connecting to that London server, or at worst a French server in maybe I'm guessing Paris, that's not so bad. But if you're an American and the servers are spread out a bit more, you're gonna have more lag anyway. But then adding this shit on top of it, I can sympathise. I can understand that. The other thing I noticed from week 1 to week 2 was less bugs and glitches in terms of connecting to my party. So just for context, I played with 3 people. I played with my mate Ben, my mate as well as his girlfriend Sherry, and also my brother Tom. So the 4 of us played in a squad, a full squad of 4. They're all on PC, I'm on PS5. What would happen is the 3 of them would join, they'd be like, yeah, everyone had crossplay on. There was no issue with crossplay features or anything like that. I would join, and then the week 1, this didn't seem to happen in week 2, thank God, but week 1 it was like, no, we can't put you in a game because of crossplay. Because there's an error with crossplay, or something to that effect. That my mate Ben was the party, he told me. So what would happen is I'd have to fucking close the app on my PS5, go back into the game, rejoin the party, and then we could play the game. But the week 1, they didn't have enough servers, so every time that fucking happened, it happened at least 3 times in week 1. What would happen is they would be sat there in a lobby waiting for me to fucking join. I'd leave the game, reboot up the beta, wait in the queue that was 100,000 sometimes people, and have to wait for it. And it didn't take very long, but it was like a 5-minute waiting just to get back to the menu, then join them, then we could play together. It was like an unnecessary 15 fucking minutes of bullshit just because, oh, we don't like the fact that there's this one PS5 user in a party of 3 PC users. Thankfully, it got fixed week 2, and we didn't have that issue, so I'm happy that got resolved. But that was fucking infuriating the week 1, because I just wanted to play with my friends, and it was like, no, we can't do that. Please leave and queue up again. Because the demand was so high, and it was just like, fuck off. I really hated that. So, thankfully that got fixed. But yeah. So, just to finish this, because I've been rambling long enough, will I be buying the game? Long story short, yes, I will be. I'm not proud of pre-ordering. I don't really pre-order games anymore. The only reason I do is if I want a game that comes with either a steelbook or it's a game I have a complete faith in, like a Resident Evil or Silent Hill and I want to play that the day it comes out, and instead of me driving from work to somewhere else, I can, and then picking the game up and then coming home and then installing it after a long day, and basically having no time to play it because I finish work at 6 and I've got to go get the game and then come back, have dinner, install the game. By the time it's all installed and done, it's probably 9, 10 o'clock. So I have ordered it on Amazon simply because it comes out on a Friday. I want to get the game, I want to come home, I want to install it, and I want to play the fucking game. So I have put an order down. I don't condone pre-ordering. If you are on a digital storefront like Steam, or you're just ordering it on PlayStation Store or Xbox or whatever, or you're going to get it through Game Pass with the EA access, I don't know if that's possible, but it might be. Do not pre-order. If you're solely doing it digital, do not pre-order. Wait for the game to come out on the day at midnight and buy it. If you badly want it the minute it comes out, do not pre-order. Just buy the fucking game when it comes out. Only reason I pre-ordered is because I'm a physical guy. I collect physical games, and I like physical games, and I like a disc. So for me, in order to save me having to drive to the shop to go get the fucking thing and then come back, I have pre-ordered it on Amazon, so it is delivered to me while I'm at work. That is purely the only reason I've pre-ordered. It's not because I fell head over heels with the game that fucking much. It's just that we, as a friend group, decided we all want to play this the day the game comes out. They're all getting it digitally because they're on PC, and I'm on PlayStation. So yes, I have pre-ordered, and I will be getting the game the day it comes out, and there will be more gameplay, and I'll probably do like a first impressions video when it comes out in October. It comes out Friday the 10th of October, so I will be playing it all weekend, that weekend. But I had a very good time with it overall. Few issues, but a lot of positive. So yeah, really, really chuffed with it. I hope it does well. I hope it kicks COD's ass. That's not the reason for me buying it, but also I just had a lot of fun with it. Oh, one more thing. Sorry, I completely forgot this. The last point I'll make, and then I'll end the video. Fucking the revive mechanic. So if you're a support with a defib, you just defib them and get them straight up. Anyone in your squad can revive another and drag the body to cover to get them out of harm's way if they get shot in the middle of the street or something like that. Fucking amazing. I don't know if Battlefield 6 is the first game to do it, but either way, it was fucking amazing. Whoever thought of that idea, original or not, at DICE, give that motherfucker a pay rise, because that has got me and my friends out of so much fucking shit in so many situations where I got picked off from an enemy I didn't see, or I nearly killed an enemy, and I get right the fuck back up and I'd mow the fucker down and kill him. It was brilliant. That is the best new mechanic for Battlefield 6. Like I said, whether it's original or stolen, I don't know, but it's fucking perfect. I'm so glad that they implemented that. It's really good. Anyway, I'm out of time, guys. I'm sorry for rambling for so long. Hope you have a good day. More videos coming. Like I said, I'll schedule them up while I'm away, and I will catch you in the next one. Love you all. Cheers. Bye.